Welcome everyone to week 7 of the 2015 NFL season. Before we get to this week's games, let's talk about last week. I went 2-3 against the spread, which brings me to an overall record of 15, 15, and 1. Let's see if we can improve on that this week. I didn't like many games this week, but I have a quartet of games for you. So let's get to it. To start things off, I like Carolina -3 over Philadelphia. With the way the Panthers went into Seattle last week and came out with a surprise victory, I look for that to continue against the Eagles. I think Cam Newton will keep up the great play against the Eagles' questionable secondary, and I think the Panthers' front seven will be all over Bradford and force some turnovers. And the Eagles might have won by 20 points last week against the Eagles, but it was capital UGLY, ugly, and Sam and the gang won't be as lucky this week. For my next pick, I like Miami -4 over the Texans. The Dolphins got off the mat in a big way after their bye week against the Titans with their new coach in charge. Now, with them at home, I look for them to build off what they did last week against the Texans. I think Lamar Miller and the Miami O-line will open up lots of holes for him to run through. And this will take some pressure off Tannehill so he can look downfield at his receivers. And let me tell you, the Texans' secondary is nothing special. And the Texans on offense only have DeAndre Hopkins, and I look for him to have a long day against Brent Grimes. I look for him to take one back to the house. And Foster might get his yards, but he'll have at least 30 carries to get at least 80 yards. So I look for the Dolphins to make it 2 in a row. Now I have something special for you this week. Not 1, but 2 upset specials, or else we like to call, Alex Trebek would like to say in the Jeopardy world, a daily double. So for my first upset special, I like Oakland +4 over the Chargers. With the Chargers coming off their bye, or with the Raiders coming off their bye, I think they'll be fired up to play this Chargers team. I think Latavius Murray and Halou and the rushing attack will have a big day against the Chargers' run D, as it's next to last in defending the run. And this will open up things for Derek Carr downfield to his toys Cooper and Crabtree. And the Chargers might be hurting in the middle of the field with hurt Eric Weddle, as he might play with a bad groin or not at all. So things will be opened up underneath for their tight ends and short passes with their slot receivers. And the the Chargers O-line is still banged up, and the Raiders defensive ends will be on a feeding attack against Rivers. And Philip Rivers might have gotten over 500 yards passing, but he had to throw 65 times. You know what that spells, folks? No help in the running game. So I think it'll be a high-scoring game, but the Raiders, well, behind their fans that made the trip down to San Diego, will end up on top. For my second upset special, I like the Jets to fly into Foxborough to beat the Patriots, plus 9.5. The Jets have the greatest blueprint to handle Tom Brady and their offense. They have a deep defensive line, which they play 8 defensive linemen who rotate so they can keep fresh, and they have the secondary to back it up. And Revis played with the Patriots last year, so he knows all their routes. On offense, the Jets will play ball control and keep it out of Brady's hands with using Ivory. And they have 2 studs at receiver in Decker and Marshall for Fitzpatrick to use short passes to keep the Patriots defense honest. And I look for Fitzpatrick to take 3 or 4 deep shots to loosen up the running game. And the Patriots only beat the Jets last year by a total of 3 points in 2 games. But that was with Geno Smith at quarterback and no Marshall, as he was with the Bears, and Decker was injured. So I'll take 9.5 points, and I think the Jets have a chance for the upset of the week. So for a recap of this week's picks, here they are. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and feel free to subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.